I mean, you can't say a lot of us have not been saying the same thing for the past. Well, for me, I've been saying it for the past 3 years, but for other individuals that who would dare think for themselves, the first people that are always against free thinking black people are the brainwashed black folk, right? Because once again, Ice Cube came out and basically said, why do we still support this party when this party doesn't really care about us? Or we keep on voting for this party and nothing's changed. And once again, black Twitter, the majority of black Twitter, the vote blue no matter who, we even though this party does nothing for us, we should still vote for this party. Black Americans keep on coming out and said, "Oh, the Democrat Party is a party that actually cares about Black Americans." No, they don't. Stop being a kiss ass. Stop being a Sambo. Guys, once again, Ice Cube came out and it was actually thinking with his head. He was actually thinking like, "Yo, is there an alternative here for Black Americans?" Since Ice Cube Ice Cube slams Black American support for Democrats, nothing has changed. He's not wrong. Once again, he's not wrong. And when I remember the one time where I made that video, right? Where Ice Cube came out and said he was going to speak with Trump about issues of Black America. Trump came out with the $500 billion platinum plan, which sounded like a good plan. Even if it was a lie, it was a lot more better than what Democrats have offered Black Americans. All they did was offer voting rights, which is not really the best thing out here because it makes us continue voting for our oppressors. That's what voting rights actually are. Helps us, keeps us voting for our oppressors. Whether you like it or not, that's what it is. So, guys, let me go and show you this article from Breitbart. Ice Cube slams Black American support for Democrats. Nothing has changed. During a recent interview on Full Send podcast, one of the hosts asked him if there was a stigma in the Black community when it comes to Republicans. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and show you the video about what he actually said right here. Let's go and take a look.
One more thing I wanted to ask about was like in the 2020 when you kind of supported Trump and stuff like that. What did you think about like because you're Hollywood?
Okay, first of all, let me just make this claim. He did not actually support Trump. He really didn't. He was just talking to Trump about some things that he could do as a president to help better the Black community. And that's when the $500 billion platinum plan came in. Trump pushed that forward to get the black vote, and it actually helped because instead of getting 8% of the black vote, Trump actually got 12% of the black vote. So that plan actually helped. And then the one thing with Trump, right, pertaining to the 2020 election, and even he's literally one of the only Republicans that was actually going to say, you know what, we need the Black Americans vote. All the other Republicans, they don't even want it. The Ben Shapiro, the Matt Washes, the Sanchez, the freaking what's that guy's name? Sarah Huckabee, I think her name is, or all these other freaking Republican Congress people. They don't even want the black vote. Yet they want us to vote for them just because we shouldn't be voting Democrat because the Democrats don't want us either. They just abuse our vote. Let me tell you something. If you don't actually to any of the Republican Congress people that actually watch this video, right? If you want us as Black Americans to vote for you guys, you gotta actually come up bring something up instead of saying like Democrats are bad. You gotta actually communicate with the Black Americans. A lot of people what was that? What was her name? That one chick. That Melissa Tate, Melissa Tate. I'm pretty sure that was the name was. Melissa Tate was actually one of the Republican Congress people to actually communicate with the Black community. She did a whole ad, right, where you see like a majority Black neighborhood done by the Democrat Party and how it is oppressive, how a lot of buildings are condemned, and how they just completely abandoned the Black community, even though they said they was gonna come help us. put policies in place that benefit us when it actually just benefited the government, right? It just benefited the state. That's all it did. But then you had a lot of people like the Brennan Tatum, like the Candace Owens, completely just say she's not worth anything, even though she basically helped build up some Black Americans to go to the Republican Party. So if the Republicans actually want the black vote, they gotta communicate, right? They don't actually do that. So they do not deserve the black vote either if they don't actually, if they say they don't even want it. But, I'm just going on. Let me just go and continue on with this.
There's a lot of like propaganda and stuff like that. What was that like getting flack for that?
I mean, I never supported Trump or Biden. I never asked to speak to the Republicans or the Democrats. I created a document called The Contract with Black America that spelled out a lot of different issues that we believe were the reason why it was so much unrest after George Floyd was killed. And I released the document, and everybody wanted to talk to me. The Republicans asked to talk to me, and the Democrats. I went to talk to both of them about the contract. The Republicans asked, could they implement some things from the contract into their proposal? And I said the document was open for anybody to use in any way they desired. So if they just want to use it as educational purposes, they could. They wanted to add more, paragraphs or more ideas to it, they could. They wanted to use it to get a law changed, they could. So I didn't mind them using it. I met with the Democrats. The Democrats said, we like 90% of what's in there, and we'll talk to you after the election about it.
See, right there. That right there should have been the biggest red flag to Ice Cube. Because I don't like the Republican Party either. The Republican Party basically say about, we're gonna take these policies and try to implement them right now. So we can try to get some people on board, some Black Americans on board with voting Republican, right? Like I said in one of the previous videos that I was mentioning Ice Cube, right? The Democrats said we will talk to you after we win. And there is a video, that same video came out, basically with Ice Cube. And I don't know who this guy is for real. I've not really done a lot of background check on him. But when it pertains to if the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, if the Democrats actually came to Ice Cube about some things, whether or not they talked to him about some issues when it pertains to Black Americans, continuously just voting Democrat, or some policies that would help out Black Americans when it pertains to state regulations and full-blown government control. He basically said they have not talked to me yet, but let's hear it from his words.
The Biden administration agreed with 85% of what you had in there. What didn't they agree with?
I guess 85% because I still haven't spoken to them. If the one side you're engaging with doesn't respond.
You guys heard that, right? After 3 years, right? 3 years. 3 years. When the Biden administration or the Democrats basically said, we will talk to you after the election, they still have not talked to him. Let me go ahead and repeat that, right? Let me go ahead and repeat this one more time for the people that's continuously calling Black Americans who think of themselves as Uncle Toms. Have you actually read the book about Uncle Tom? If you say you did, I call bullshit.
With 85% of what you had in there, what didn't they agree with?
I guess 85% because I still haven't spoken to us. If the one side you're engaging with doesn't respond.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see what it says here. A contract of Black American addressing racial inequality. At the fort, prides itself as the world's greatest democracy. Reform the nation that prides itself as the world's greatest democracy. It's not the world's greatest democracy. It's actually one of the biggest lies out here. It's time for a system of reparations. Yeah, we are seeing what's going on with Gavin Newsom in California, right? Talking about reparations. He said he basically put a team in place and said, you know what, we actually gonna give Black Americans in California reparations. And then weeks later or a month later, he just said, you know what, we're not doing reparations for Black Americans anymore. But thank you for your support and your vote. Affirmative action for secondary schools, colleges, university, public and private, like school choice. Democrats hate that notion because they want to keep people in school-funded schools, right? Government-funded taxpayer schools, right? They want to keep like mainly Black Americans in those schools because in those schools, Black Americans don't do as well. I also made this video last year or 2 years ago, right? That Black Americans who are put in either charter schools, public schools, or homeschools, or they're homeschooled, they do way more better, or just as the same as individuals who are in private and charter schools, right? But you have Democrats continue with this notion that Black Americans are better off in government-funded schools, right? You want to know why they do that? They are continuously indoctrinating us as individuals. They try to keep us dumb, right? That's what they're doing with pertains to, not wanting to advocate school choice. Ice Cube also said President Joe Biden's administration failed to engage in a meaningful way when it comes to his contract with Black American that centers around racial economic justice. In addition, he was criticized for meeting with President Trump. Yeah, he was criticized by all the Sambos, all the vote blue no matter who. The Democrat Party is the party of Black Americans. No, they're not. Stop lying to yourself. Get out that dome, that brainwashed dome. Democrat Party does not care about black vote. They purposely show us each and every year. Oh, voter rights for Black Americans. You really think voter rights is for Black Americans? The majority of Black Americans got IDs to vote. You know what that freaking narrative is from? Racist white liberals that say, oh, Black Americans are too stupid to know how to get a voter ID. I even showed that video 2 years ago from Fox News. Okay. I just think people didn't understand exactly where I was coming from. And people are really used to seeing Black people go on one side to the Democrat Party. He explained, we've been doing that for a long time as people, and we haven't really gained as much as we should. Ice Cube already said that. He created the document called the Contract with Black America. Ice Cube also noted, whoever's in power, you have to talk to the people in power. Even enemies talk. Yeah, I'm not really for letting my enemies just tell me what the hell I can do, or letting my enemies, send me to prison because they're warmongers and they want to keep on forcing you to pay taxes so they can keep on promoting the freaking fear-mongering, war-mongering, and propaganda. I'm not really for that. But like I said, in that video 2 years ago, right? Actually 3 years ago, when freaking Ice Cube went to go talk to the Trump administration about some issues that went on in the Black community, then Trump proposed the freaking $500 billion platinum plan. The one plan that was severely better than the Democrats doing that whole election ever proposed. He got 12% of the black vote, more votes for Black Americans to Republicans that has anybody has ever seen in like over 40 years, right? But you still have some individuals, right? You got the Roland Martins, you got the freaking Joy Reeds, the probably Tariq Nasheeds, the freaking Tiffany Crosses, and the Sambos from Black America on Twitter, Facebook, and other social media platforms saying like Ice Cube was a sellout, and they always knew he was a sellout. Guys, these individuals don't actually have a brain to actually think for themselves. They are one of the ones to that fear, if they actually think outside the box, they will be outcast because, and they would have their black card get taken away. These individuals don't actually care about black Americans. They just care about Democrats. You see, they always claim that they're pro-black, but they're actually pro-Democrat. They're not pro-black. Pro-black is more about individualism, right? It's more about black independence. It's more about getting away from the government that has severely oppressed black Americans for decades. That's what being pro-black actually is. Black independence, black individualism. That's what it is. But you have something like me say something like that. You had the idiots like the Roland Martins, but like, how could you not vote Democrat? The Democrat Party is the party that actually cares about black Americans. No, they don't. You freaking Roland Martin. No, they don't. But guys, like I said, Ice Cube is once again being railroaded by Black Twitter by daring to even criticize the Democrat Party. But once again, guys, that's all I got for this video, man. Let me know what I think about it in the comments below. If you guys like the video, man, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.